There were some interesting announcements coming out from D23 this morning regarding Disney parks in Orlando. But despite some of the optimistic headlines or what the spin they're trying to do at the D23 announcement, it may not be as good as what they're letting on. But first, let's just kind of jump into this article I have pulled up here from Deadline, just kind of talking about it or going over what they're doing. So right now the headline says, details on Walt Disney World expansion, Disney's Animal Kingdom revamp unveiled at Destination D23 event. So scrolling down to the article, Disney Parks Experience and Products Chairman Josh DeMarco provided a little more clarity on long gestating expansions of Walt Disney World and the resort's Animal Kingdom experience at the company's annual D23 fan event this morning. First, he brought on Bruce Vaughn, Chief Creative Officer of Walt Disney Imagineering, for a blue sky look at possible developments at Disney parks. And this article just kind of goes into some of the future expansions that they're trying to do or that they're announcing that they're going to be doing right now, which sounds good on the surface because they are making some move. But a lot of these big announcements aren't as big as what they're trying to, or at least what they're trying to insinuate with it. The biggest announcement they have right here is Dinoland USA at Disney Animal Kingdom will become a new land inspired by a region sometimes referred to as Tropical Americas. Imagineers are exploring regions just north and south of the equator, the northern part of South America stretching up into Central America. For inspiration, as part of the land, new experiences include Encanto and Indiana Jones are being considered. So, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a big expansion. So what's the big deal about that? Well, I have this other article talking about this from Pirates and Princesses, kind of dissecting this a little bit of what they're actually planning on doing. And right now this starts off, so just saying like, yeah, they're actually doing these announcements. So it just kind of recaps that. So the entire event was filled with almost all the things we already knew, updates on progress and opening dates for attractions, an announcement of new meet and greet of Moana near her own Journey of Water attractions, which will open on October 16th. Okay. The new nighttime spectacular. So yeah, just things like that. But then it's talking into some of the announcements that they actually made for like the Country Bear song, their new Country Bears, revamping that. It's like, well, it's just kind of adding some new songs that they already have just in the Bear style. So not much. I mean, they're doing a Pirates of the Caribbean restaurant. That's fine, stuff like that. But then this old Big Thunder Mountain expansion that they're doing, they didn't really say any details, just almost just kind of said like they're doing something with that, but no details on it because I think they don't know what they're going to do. I mean, a lot of it is predicated on what their budget actually allows them. And then the Zootopia thing that they're talking about, the show for that, it's basically just a light show. So something that's cheaply done. And that's what we're kind of getting into, or at least this article is talking about, is a lot of the stuff that they plan on doing is stuff that they can do cheaply. A lot of it is just tweaking existing things they have or just reskinning other stuff, including the big expansion. So right now it says in this article, we did get one big announcement, and it's Dinoland USA is becoming an area based on Encanto. All right. The long-standing dinosaur attraction being turned into Indiana Jones was confirmed. This sounds exciting until you realize that the dinosaur attraction at Walt Disney World is already the same attraction that is Indiana Jones at Disneyland. So a reskin. Yeah. And that's basically what a lot of this is just reskins and just tweaking what they already have, which honestly indicates that the company probably doesn't have the funds or the operating funds to actually do anything significant to their parks, which is understandable considering they're just going to be doing that purchase from Comcast of their share of Hulu, which is some estimated to be a minimum of like $9.2 billion or something like that. I mean, just a huge amount just for basically something that they already own. I mean, they already have the complete operational control of Hulu. So by buying the rest of it, I mean, it's not doing a whole lot for them, but I mean, it's costing them a lot of money to do that. And we've also seen their streaming service down. Park attendance has been down. The box office for them has been down. I mean, pretty much nothing's going good for them. And that's why we've seen these low stock value for the company. I mean, like something like a near decade low in the company's stock value, which is just insane. And they're losing subscribers and a lot of money on their streaming services. So, I mean, things aren't going good, which makes sense why they're trying to make announcements to try to spur investors to come back to the company. But this might be too little too late, because even then, a lot of people are speculating that even if they were to start production on these things right now, it probably won't be another 5 years or 6 years until they can actually be operational. Meanwhile, you got something like Universal Orlando, which is opening their Epic Universe in just 2 years. And not only is it's not just some reskins or tweaking of what they already have. I mean, they're having completely new areas for it. They have expansion on the Wizarding World. I mean, that's something. I mean, that's like the closest thing to just tweaking what they have. But I mean, it's a full expansion of it. Then they also have the Universal Monster area, the Super Nintendo World, which, I mean, that's really popular pretty much everywhere else. It's opened up, and this is supposed to be bigger and better than the one they have in California or even the one in Tokyo. And then there's also the How to Train Your Dragon land. So, I mean, just like 4 huge lands, a couple hotels. So, I mean, just a huge expansion to the Universal, and it's going to be out in a couple of years. So, obviously, this is probably going to be something that some people are calling it a Disney killer. I don't necessarily quite believe it's going to be a Disney killer, but I think Universal Orlando, once this is opening up, it's going to kind of surpass the Disney parks in Orlando as the top parks in that area. And will the new expansions for Disney, or at least the ones they announced today, going to be enough to kind of regain the throne? I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of factors, and it's years away, so it's hard to tell what's going to happen with it. But I mean, I just at a glance, just from the announcement right here, I don't think it's enough. I mean, if you're saying like this is what Universal is doing and this is what Disney's going to be doing, I'm just kind of like, well, yeah, Universal is better in that sense. But I mean, again, I mean, there's a lot that can go into it. So I mean, maybe the Universal ones are just not as good as what it comes out to be, or maybe the tweaks they're doing at Disney is going to be better. But I mean, if this is what Disney is like announcing is like their big, like, yeah, come back to us sort of thing, I don't think it's a whole lot. It really does indicate that there's something wrong with the company and they need a lot of help if they're trying to recover from this. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.